Hi there, this is Coach John from Learning Out of the Box, and thank you so much for watching this. For the fact that you're watching this, I think that you are interested or you are keen to sign your child out with me for the PSLE Readiness course. Okay, so I'm going to use this video to share with you more on how exactly it is like and what is the expectations, as well as what will your child get out of the program and how he or she will benefit from it. Okay, so as you know, okay, again, there's no script. Yeah, I'm just sharing from the heart because I've been running this program for many years and have gotten good results for children who practice, participate, and they work hard. Yeah, and they follow our system. Okay, so right now, first of all, how many lessons will there be? There'll be 35 problem sums lessons, and it will cover all the way from January all the way to September. Yeah, so even during the school holidays, there'll be lessons as well. And the reason is because, from my experience, it is about consistency as well as hard work from start to just the day before your child's PSLE. Okay, so what will I be doing during a typical lesson? Probably this will be something that you are very interested in. And how is my lesson different from other lessons that your children may have experienced? Okay, so as you know, my background is in social work. And I am very into the personal development of children and helping them to prepare a long-term plan rather than just preparing for PSLE. Yes, I get it. You want your child to do well for PSLE. Is that all that we can do? What about helping your child to do well for PSLE as well as preparing them to do well in secondary school and for life? Now, this is my motto, and this is how I coach children as well as parents. Yeah. So some background about me is I've been training teachers, parents, and children, and even my own kids, helping them to go through the journey of PSLE, not in a stressful way, because the typical journey of a child preparing for PSLE math is very stressful. It doesn't just stress the child out, but also stresses the parents. And I feel that, and I wonder, is there a more joyful way of doing while achieving your desired grades? And there is, and it is possible. As I have done multiple times across so many years, helping hundreds of children and parents. Okay, so back to before I got carried away again, what happens in a typical lesson? Okay, first of all, again, I'm social work trained, so I'm very into the confidence building of your kid. Would you want your child to just study hard for PSLE and going into the exam hall feeling burnt out or stressful? Versus, what if you can choose the better way, preparing well, managing the stress well, and also being able to excel, because his confidence in himself is so high that he can trust that he can do well for PSLE. Okay, so it'll be a 2 hours lesson. So normally during the start of the 10 minutes, which many parents appreciate what I've done for the children, is to help the child set up for success. Yeah. Again, you do not want your child to come in from various activities and just jumping into the lesson, preparing to do problem sums. It is just like getting children to run a marathon without warming up. Yeah. So the reason why I do this versus giving to what most parents want, giving their children more and more questions, is my priority is your child's mindset and mental health. And this is the same thing that I've done for my own kid as well. And in fact, my eldest has just taken her PSLE. And this is something that if I am to restart, I would have chosen the same journey, which is to protect the mindset and the mental health of every student who has been assigned to me, because their parents trust that I can help them. Okay, so the first 10 minutes will be very much on helping your child to strengthen their mindset. Yeah. So I will be talking about personal development, like confidence building, managing stress while upkeeping their self-esteem, as well as how do you do well using different proven exam as well as study strategies, which I feel that it is not very much taught to our children elsewhere. Okay. Yeah. And from the feedback of parents and children, they really appreciate this, because you do not want the child to be just preparing maths from start to end across 9 months and just focusing on the academic aspect. We also want the child to be able to manage the academic aspect while also protecting their self-worth and being able to ride the journey of having grades to go up and down, up and down, and up and down, eventually to go up for PSLE math. Yeah. Okay, so this is something that we really want the child to go on a journey that is joyful as well as is healthy. Okay, so after that, after the first 10 minutes, and then I'll go into the questions. Yeah. Okay, so the focus for me is to explain until the child understands. And this is something that I've been doing across this past 8 to 10 years. And parents who have joined my lessons also know that. Yeah, because they know that even for parents, like for most parents, we are not trained or coached in the maths part. Or in the past, we are coached in certain ways that may not be made relatable to our children. So what I will do for children who face these kind of challenges, I will do my best to explain to them until they understand. Okay, so what's going to happen during the main section of the lesson is I will try my best to explain like 2 to 3 times for children who ask, Coach John, I don't understand. I will actually explain. Yeah. If let's say that child is, I wouldn't say slower, but takes longer time, what I will do is offer the child to stay back. And most of them will, because they are so eager to learn. And being eager to learn and being hardworking and being fixated on the goal of doing well is what makes children stand out. Yeah, stand out apart from other kids who don't do as well as them. Yeah. So this is also part of character building. All right. Okay. So am I going to just go through a question and teach the children how to solve it? Not really. Yeah, because let me ask you, will your child see the exact same question with the same name and the same number in the test or exam or even in PSLE? The answer is obviously no. Yeah. But the truth is your child will see a similar problem sum type. And one of the secrets to doing well is really to help your child to be able to conquer not just problem sums or specific maths questions, but to conquer the problem sum types, to be able to master various fast proven techniques to get themselves unstuck fast. And the reason is because many children have told me that, Coach John, a lot of times they were taught just to solve questions, but no one actually taught them how to get themselves unstuck fast. Because a lot of times when they see a question, they get confused, they get blurred, they got paralyzed, and they realize that, hey, no one taught me how to start. No one taught me how to get myself out of this fear. No one taught me how to remain courageous and push on, even though I feel scared. Yeah, a lot of times most lessons just get children to do questions after questions and then push. And something that I've seen so many kids told me that it is not helpful for them. Okay, so so before your child comes in, of course, just like in preparing for school and being able to complete the homework assigned by school teachers, it's the same thing, my friend. Before your child comes, he is expected to do the homework. Yeah, I mean, there are some of them who say that, hey John, my child didn't improve. Then I show the parents that, hey, your child didn't even have any homework. Yeah, so if your child doesn't want to put in effort, then my class is not the right fit for you. But if you know that your children or your child is very much on putting in extra effort, wanting to do more, always wanting to do more than their peers, I welcome your child to join us. Yeah, regardless of his or her grades. Because one of the things that I feel that stop children from improving is laziness, or don't want to put in effort. That one, I don't know how to help. But if your child is very willing to put in effort, very willing to be open to better methods, very willing to do corrections, which is also a very big part to why children do well under our care, is they also do corrections. They do not just stop there. They actually work on their corrections based on my feedback that I gave them. And this is what make them continue to improve. Yeah, so can you imagine the child improve a bit in January, another go to another height, another level in Feb, then continue to excel. And can you imagine the kind of accumulated progress across 9 months? It's going to be massive. And this is why children, when they go through a proper structured program, they are able to have that kind of confidence and competence to know that they can do well for PSLE. Okay, so back to a lesson. Yeah, again, I'm going to share with you as much as I can because I know that you are interested to join my program. So I want to make sure that you understand everything and know what is your child, what are you getting your child into. Yeah, I also expect your child to work hard. Yeah, and to submit corrections and to submit homework and to listen and participate. I mean, this is the minimum thing that even a typical classroom in school also expect the child to do. Listen in class, do homework, participate, answer questions, do corrections, submit homework. Yeah, so this is like a minimum criteria. Okay, so 2 hours, I'll be giving your child a 5 minutes break in between to catch a breather, to go to the toilets, to prepare, to refill the water, because most children in my class are always asking questions. Yeah, okay, yeah. And you'll be wondering, will it be very noisy if I say all of them ask at once? Okay, so during the class, when it's ongoing, everyone will be muted. Yeah, so they'll be asking questions. Yeah, and many children told me that they are more comfortable to type into chat box because firstly, it allows them to think, to process, to articulate in the chat box what they want to ask. Then also along the way, I will scroll up and down to make sure that I do not miss any questions. Yeah, and by doing that, it also allows other children to know, to learn more, because they probably also have others. They also probably have similar questions, just that they do not know how to phrase it. So when one child asks, everyone benefits. Okay, yeah. So when will the child be allowed to talk? At the end of the lesson, yeah, after the Kahoot. Okay, so after the lesson, after I've covered the entire worksheet, then there'll be Kahoot. Okay, after that, then the children will be allowed to talk. In a sense of, I think I also appreciate, and children who wants to do like exchange ideas, information, tips, resources, I think they will appreciate that they are able to share this with other friends as well. Yeah. And of course, I'll leave it to your children, because sometimes some of them are still a bit reserved. They can still continue to chat with me in the chat box. Okay. So either way is fine, because as you know, communication must be there, and it doesn't matter, is it verbal, text. I mean, you do WhatsApp, right? Do SMS, and messages and the intention and content to get across. Yeah, and the receivers to understand what you're saying. So it's not about whether your child needs to speak up. If your child doesn't want to speak up, he can still communicate to me, with me via the chat box, just like how you communicate with a friend via WhatsApp or Facebook Messengers or Instagram. Okay, so it's the same thing. Yeah, so there's no need for you to worry about that. My child must talk. Yeah, okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, because at the end of the day, you want to make sure that your child is very comfortable, yeah, and looks forward to the lesson. Which many of them told me that, Coach John, your lesson is one of the best I've attended. Yeah, and parents, if you are into helping your child, coaching with your child, want to teach with, as in wanting to learn with your child, I welcome you to sit next to your child and learn together. In the past few years, many of the parents have sat next to their kids, learning as well. Yeah, and you'll be surprised that parents actually type in the questions as well, and I do answer them. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that this lesson is for kids, so I only answer kids' question. Yeah, and I will also answer parents' questions pertaining to how to solve the maths questions given inside the worksheets. Okay, yeah. Okay, so before the lesson ends, there'll be Kahoot, and then for those who needs more guidance for the questions that we covered that day, they will stay back. Okay, they will stay back, and a handful of them will stay back, and I'll allow all of them to unmute themselves as and when, so that they can ask questions and I can address the doubt or question instantly. And this is what many parents say that they like, because when the children get their doubts cleared, it is very fast. Yeah. So like, for example, the child will be asking, Coach John, why is it like that? Then I'll be asking questions why. I'll be supporting the child with information that guides the child towards discovering the reason by himself. Yeah, this is something that what many parents told me that I'm very good in doing. Okay. All right. Yeah. So as you know, this video is not scripted, because I just want to share with you with an open heart what exactly do I do, so that when you sign up your child with us, and again, many parents have signed up their children with us already because they trusted me. They trust me. I also want to make sure that I give you as much information as you need, yeah, before you sign your child up. Okay. Okay. So at the end of the lesson, some children will stay back, and it's always that constant few kids who wants to talk to me, share with me, about their day, as well as also ask for more study tips, because they are already preparing. You'll be surprised that some kids are already preparing for their PSLE even right now. Okay, so this is also what differentiates kids from who do better than other kids. Okay, so a lesson will look something like that. Yeah, then across the 9 months there'll be 35 lessons plus also 10 extra paper 1 online mastery recordings that we did this year, and many children told us that many questions actually came out for their tests and exams. Okay, so what we cover across the 9 months is, of course, we'll be following the curriculum of primary 6, and what we'll do is we'll also cover tougher questions, because we want to get your child ready for the PSLE eventually. And as you know, this is called a PSLE readiness course. It helps your child get ready, isn't it? Yeah. So we'll be covering topics like like percentage, fractions, ratio, the 3 very tough topics: circles, speed, number patterns, algebra, angles, area, volume, and of course, different various types of problem sums that your child needs to know. Okay, as well as again, is it only for children who are faster? No. Children who are faster will also benefit from strategies, and I like to offer them strategic thinking processes. For children who needs a bit more time and their grades are not as high, what I will do is I will guide them slowly, as well as, of course, it's all about confidence building, because in some kids who don't do as well as they have wanted, it is not because they are poor in maths. It could be because their confidence level is low. Yeah, okay? Okay, so will you be able to get access to the replays? Yes, 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 because again, children who come to my class, they are hardworking. Their parents told me that they're hardworking, and I choose to believe them. And they want to watch the replay, and they do watch the replay before the exams and the tests, and also before PSLE, because some of them actually redid the papers again, all the worksheets. All right. Okay, so how will the marking be done? Okay, so for example, let's say lesson 1, yeah? After lesson 1, okay, before lesson 1, there is no need to submit lesson 1's worksheet. Attend lesson 1 first, then after you have heard from me and the teaching, you do the corrections. Then before lesson 2, you must submit to me, okay? Because I want you to build up the good habit of being on time. The most is you can have a bit more time to submit just before lesson 3. Yeah, but I do not really encourage that, because as you know, physics schedule is actually very intense, and you do not want to space out your homework across 2 weeks. Yeah, so that doesn't speak very well of your planning. Yeah, I mean, imagine in school, the teacher asks you to submit homework by tomorrow, and you submit in 2 weeks' time. What will happen to you? The answer is obvious, and it doesn't really show good about you. So I really hope that you can submit your homework within 1 week. So lesson 1, once lesson 1 is over, please spend a few days to do the corrections. While it is still fresh in your head, then you actually submit by before lesson 2. Same thing, submit lesson 2's homework and with the corrections before lesson 3. And I think this should be something that you should be doing, and you must be doing, because it's something that you could have been doing across these 6 years. I mean, these 5 years, because this is what I remembered I was expected to do in my primary school days. Yeah, so I don't think that it has changed. Homework submission still must be on time. All right. Okay. So if you look at once you have signed up, and then okay, again, when will the lessons be held? You'll be held on every Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. And there'll be 35 lessons from Jan 2 all the way to September, and that includes March as well as June as well as September as well, across the breaks. Okay, so having said that, there'll be 2 bonuses, because again, children who come in are hardworking, remember. Yeah, so for the fact that you are interested to sign up for my PRC or PSLE Readiness course, shows that you also have a hardworking kid with you. Good job, mommy. That's good parenting. And I want to help my child more. Yeah, so I'm going to give you 2 bonuses. It's something that our parents love, which is called the PSLE Trending Online Workshop. They'll be in September itself, because I want to support your child all the way, and also show your child some of the trend and what are the things that he is supposed to practice or should be revising just weeks before the PSLE. Yeah, and at the same time, Okay, at the same time, we'll be also making the recordings available to you, as well as also the lesson recordings for paper 1 mastery, because the idea here is also to aim, one of the ways to score high marks for maths is to get near full marks, if not full marks for paper 1. Okay, so what else can you do when you sign up with us? Okay, some children wants me to coach them, like do a revision as well as coach them more intensively during the school holidays. And there'll be this option when you check out the payment link. When you click on the payment link below, there'll be this option to add the 3 holiday workshops with me at a hugely discounted price. Yeah, okay, and then you will get it. Oh, it's actually 50% off for the fact that you are in my online physics online lesson or class rather. Okay, so every child is expected to on your webcam. I mean, just like in class, every child is expected to look up at the teacher, right, who is talking. I mean, when you are talking to your kid, you also expect your child to look at you. So same thing, every child is expected to look on a webcam, and I can be able to see him or her. Yeah, and please also get a laptop with a working mic as well as working webcam and speaker. Yeah, and there's no excuse as to the webcam is spoiled or cannot hear, cannot talk. Yeah, because so far I haven't heard such reason before. All right. Okay, so if you are keen, I welcome you to sign your child up with us. If you are keen and interested to get your child to be coached by me, because I coach the child in terms of academic as well as also build the child's confidence as well as mindset and get him ready, not just for the PSLE, but also for secondary school as well as the whole life. And eventually, there are some children who came back to me telling me that, Coach John, maths is now my strongest as well as my most favorite subject because of you. Okay, so if you're keen, do check out the payment link right below. What I'll put is the landing page of the PSLE readiness course. And if you're keen, and I mean, when you're ready to sign up, you can just go to the payment link, which shows a Thrive card, and then you can just make your payment, and then I will see you in the lesson. Okay, so any question that you have for me, I will also leave a contact number below, and then you can WhatsApp my support team, who will love to answer your question, so that we can all make sure that you know what you are in it for, what you are signed up for, because PSLE readiness course is for kids who are ready to work hard. Okay, I'll see you then. Take care. And I'll see you in the PLC course.